Okay, now.
All right, welcome everyone. We're going to get started in just a few minutes, but in the meantime, we would like you to comment on your website. Tell us what you're doing. Tell us if you have a personal website or a business website, what it's all about, and let us know if it's a new website or possibly a redesign. And of course, put those in the comments, and we'll get started in just a minute.
Yeah, let's get started.
Okay. Sounds good. Welcome. Hi. My name is Alicia, and again, if you just comment and tell us a little bit about your website and what you're doing with it, we're going to, of course, tell you today all about Website Builder. And while we're waiting for you to comment, we're coming live from Arizona. It's beautiful, beautiful weather. Would you agree?
Oh, I love the weather here. I'm never leaving.
Well, we do have some really hot summers, but, you know, this is a perfect time of year. We have Super Bowl coming to Arizona, and, of course, GoDaddy has a Super Bowl ad, and we don't know much about it. What a Danica and a cute little golden retriever puppy.
Yeah.
Which I heard someone got to volunteer to take care of that puppy. I would have gladly volunteered if they would have told me.
Yeah, I have enough.
He's pretty awesome.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, you played with him?
walked around the offices with him.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, doesn't he have his own office across the street?
He does.
Oh.
Yeah, I heard he has his own office.
Yeah. The dog door and everything.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
I thought I heard that, but I wasn't really sure that was true, but that's pretty awesome. You have to show me. You want to show me?
Yeah, I'll show you.
Cool. All right, so maybe we have any comments while we're
Take a look.
chatting? And if not, that's okay. We'll introduce ourselves. My name is Alicia, and I have been with GoDaddy 8.5 years. It's hard to believe that time flies. And I am in professional development, so I train our employees as well as our customers about our products and services.
My name is Whitney Rodden. I've been with the company for just under 2 years, and I'm an advanced technical representative, so any problems that you guys may be having, it's my job to help fix them.
Very good. All right. And we have our producer here.
I'm Colby. I've been with GoDaddy 7 years. You guys might recognize me from some of these before, but I'm random voice answering questions to the left.
Yes, very good. So yes, if you hear a voice or questions or comments coming out of nowhere, it's Colby over here. So anyhow, so again, we were just hoping that you could share with us about your website builder, what you're planning to do with it, about your maybe business venture or personal venture. But in the meantime, we'll go ahead and we'll start talking a little bit about Website Builder. So we'll be switching back and forth from the view of our lovely faces to a presentation, as well as looking at the live demo of Website Builder.
And it looks like we did get one comment on the website. So Andrew says it's a business website, professional, and trending website needed.
Awesome. All right. Very good. Well, it's good to hear, and we're excited to help you with that. And this is really discussing more intermediate topics. So we covered some real basic topics a few weeks ago with Leslie, if some of you attended. And we do have that Hangout up and running on our YouTube channel. So you're welcome to take a look at that. And that goes through the basic process. We're also going to refresh on that as well. So I'm going to set up a new website builder as we're speaking and show you the basic process of that. And then, of course, Whitney's our expert here to help us out as we go throughout. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and switch on over to our slides here so you can see. There's some lovely pictures of me. You can reach me on Twitter at allroses. And Whitney says she's doesn't have a Twitter account or doesn't really use one.
My Twitter account is for testing purposes for GoDaddy.
Shame. I love Twitter. I'm a Twitter girl. So, all right. And then here is what we are going to be covering today. We're going to be talking about custom navigation and why it's important. We do get that request a lot. People want to add a page or create subcategories as well. So we'll be talking about that, as well as linking a photo. Some of you also like to link a PDF or maybe even to another site. Maybe you have another website or blog. We'll also talk about editing those images. We'll get into some more advanced features of editing images. And then we'll talk about locking elements. So really important, especially when you want to keep your website looking clean. And then we're going to get into some more of my favorite things, some of the social media stuff. Love social media. Colby too. We'll talk about YouTube videos, adding an audio player, and blog RSS feed, so you can either link off to your blog or you can add the feed directly on one of your pages. Then we'll get into the PayPal app. So if you're thinking about taking donations, gift cards, maybe selling 1 or 2 items. And then the important part, getting your website found. So we'll talk about the SEO Wizard and then connecting to your social media platforms, Facebook and Twitter. All right, so one stat I wanted to really mention as well is I wanted to mention that 97% of consumers search online for products and services, and only 51% of small businesses actually have a website up and running, and that's according to SCORE. And so that means that those 49% are missing out on a lot of consumers coming to their website, maybe even coming to their location as well.
And you know, Alicia, when you first told me that, I instantly flash back, because when I go online to find a restaurant or anything, if it's not even listed, it goes out of my mind.
Yes.
I don't even consider going there, trying to find it anymore. If it's not listed, I'm not going there.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm the same way, and especially if it's not a store I'm familiar with or a company I'm familiar with, I want to see what they're about. I want to see what their services are, their hours, their phone number, my two most important things. And
Yeah.
if I can't find it, or I have to go through their site and go through like 10 different pages to find it, I don't even go that far.
Yeah.
I'm already done. I'm already out. So it's really important that you have your website up and running so people can find you, can learn about you as well. So we will help with that for sure. All right, so you'll see that we have switched over to the GoDaddy homepage. And first, before we actually log in, I wanted to show you something. We're going to go to websites, and this is where you hopefully purchased your website builder, or maybe you called us, or whatever it may be. And I'm dropping it down, and you'll see the website builder, which I'm clicking on right now. And I wanted to just show you the different plans. And as we go through, you might say, my plan doesn't have that feature. I don't have the mobile site option or the social media or whatever it may be. And so that is because we have different plan levels. So I just scroll down a little bit, and you'll see there's the personal, business, and business plus plan. So really, as you were purchasing the plan, think about, or if you still are purchasing the plan, think about what your business needs and what are some of the features that you're going to require. So again, we'll be going over some of these features that may be on a different plan level. Now I'm just going to scroll right up, not too fast so I don't kill your eyes. I'm going to go up to the My Account button here, and you can see my information is in there already. And I'm going to click this little Visit My Account button, and so I need to log back in. Let me just do that. Put in my little CAPTCHA here. And so here we are in the My Account. So when I click that My Account up here at the top, I'm kind of circling with my mouse there, it took me to like your home base. So this is where you can start off. You'll see all the products. I have tons of products with GoDaddy. And I'm going to go ahead and find the website builder section so you can see it right here. And the cool thing is I just click directly on it, and then I can go ahead and find the account that I'm looking for. All right, so we're going to start with a new account. We're going to go back to an account that's already been created. I want to get everybody on the same page and make sure we know how to actually set up the product. So you'll see I have new account. And I'm just going to go over here to the right side with that little launch button. Click it. And we'll open up. I wonder how many people have actually set up their website builder for attending. So let us know if you've set up your website builder already, or if not. But we can explain basically the process here. And so you'll see that you have 3 different options when you first open it up. So you can select a domain that is in this account. You can select a domain or type in a domain that's registered elsewhere, or you can create a subdomain. So do you mind talking a little bit about subdomains and why maybe somebody would want to use a subdomain?
I mean, as you can see, Alicia has a lot of products in her account. So each of those products, such as hosting or website builder, most likely they are already utilizing one of the domains. So if there is a domain that you have that is already in use, but eventually maybe you want to switch it over, or maybe you're going to use the PayPal option in the website builder to have some shopping, the subdomain option is really great for you because you can make it a test domain, a shop.domain, and it just gives you, a temporary hold if you're just waiting for your other domain to come in as well, or maybe you haven't decided on a domain yet.
Yeah, good point. Good point. So in this case, because like you mentioned, I have a lot of products, I'm actually going to go ahead and create a subdomain, and I'm just going to use, I'm going to use website because I know I've used site quite a bit. And we'll choose this first one. This is Good Meal. And actually, we're going to run through the basic setup of a photography site, and that's actually what we're going to go back to shortly. And we had created this before for a friend of ours named Jenny, who is a photographer. And so, of course, if we would normally put in whatever her domain was to set it all up. Then you'll see this box that comes up, and this is just basically a little wizard and showing you the 3 steps. And so you'll notice at the very bottom there is a green button that says Select Theme. So we're going to go ahead and select theme. And has anybody mentioned if they've set up their website yet?
Not yet.
No? Okay.
Now, Alicia, I do want to throw in my 2 cents here.
Sure.
Because I do see it a lot. We offer over 300 themes, which is great because it gives you a lot of suggestions and it divides it up into business categories. However, if your business category is not listed there, that does not mean we don't have something for you. What's great about these themes and templates is that it may be a wedding template and you just like the color or you just like the layout. Well, the nice thing is you can change it to a construction template just as easily. So I don't want to have anyone feel like they're not able to create a website with this product just because the theme isn't there.
Right.
Constantly I see people with that example, a wedding site turn into a construction site.
Sure.
And it looks just as good.
Yes, absolutely. Actually, I work with a lot of our customers too, and I've seen some great sites come out of something completely different, a completely different theme from their business. So in this case, though, we're talking about a photographer, so we have that option for design, art, and portfolio. Mm-hmm. So you'll notice to the left-hand side you have the categories, so you don't have to sift through all 300 of them. You can find a specific area you're interested in. I'm going to go ahead and select Design, Art, Portfolio. And once I click on it, it's going to show me all the different options to choose from. So I'm just going to scroll through and take a look. And you'll notice that they come with the text, of course it's changeable, and pictures as well. So I like this one over here to the right. It already has the photography and whatnot. So I can actually take a look at it, and if I hover over it, I can click full screen. And then I can actually just click through each navigation and check it all out and see if I like it. The other great option is mobile. And this is a really important option as well, just to think about. And this is all adjustable as well. 73% of mobile searches trigger some sort of follow-up, some sort of action, whether people come into your store or they, make a sale or they call you, something along those lines. So a mobile aspect is so important for your website, and it's definitely growing.
It just makes it easier to see.
Yes.
I can't sit on my iPhone and zoom in and out to read the tiny words, but the mobile sites have everything already laid out for me.
Exactly. It makes it so much easier. All right, so I do like this theme, so I'm going to go ahead and select it. And it's going to take some time to create the site and put it all together. And then it's going to ask me for my business information. So I'm getting established. It automatically pulled in some information from my account. So I'm going to go ahead and update all of that. And so again, we're talking about Jenny. If I can spell here. All right, there we go. And so she owns a photo studio. She also goes on site, and so we put in her business name as well as her email. And then we're going to go ahead and we are going to select the business category. All right, so in this case, we're going to select services. Check it out. And let's see, we have personal services right here. And then there's photographic studios, portrait, and then there's 2 choices, and we'll go with photographers for now. And then it allows you, and we'll show you the SEO Wizard here shortly, and when we show you the SEO Wizard, we'll talk a little bit more about the categories and additional things that you can add. All right, so we're going to go ahead, we'll leave this address here for now, but obviously that can be updated. That's going to give you a map and the address information on the About Us page. We can also update the phone number. So we'll update it, and let's see if Whitney knows this reference. She looks kind of young.
5309.
She knows. 867-5309. Do you know that reference, Colby?
Wasn't paying attention.
867-5309. Do you know that?
I don't.
Jenny, who can I turn to? No.
No.
All right. Oh, he's really. We're gonna have to educate him
Fail
for
for
this.
me.
Not fail. Hey, I didn't know what a pusher was when it came to when it came to skateboards a few weeks ago
that's true.
with Mike, and he's like, because you push on a skateboard. Oh, yeah. That's all right. Now, you'll also notice that I can connect to the social side of things, and we're not going to do that now. We're going to take a look at that a little bit later, so it allows us to connect to Twitter and Facebook. Then we're going to select Next. Did I select it? Yes. There we go. Kind of push, just like push. All right, so now it comes up with a little video that gives us an overview, and I'm not going to take a look at it now. It's a 1-minute video you can go back to. So I can either X or close the video. And then there we go. So it put my information in there, the Mosaic Photo Studios, and then you can see as I scroll down, there's additional information, and including my contact us information. So let's do a quick tour of the navigation. And so you'll see that the first thing to the right-hand side of your screen, there's a little box with 3 lines through it. And if I hover over it, it says Manage Site. So when I click directly on it, it's going to give me a bunch of options. Now, we're not going to cover all of these options. We do, though, have another website builder Hangout coming up in a few weeks, and we'll go over even more of these. So we'll talk more about like the background and HTML and so on. So I just wanted to give you a quick overview of this and take a look at it. Then you'll also see I can publish, and obviously I'm not done with my site, so I'm not going to do that yet. I can preview, and then I can drop this little home down, and there's a little arrow to the right-hand side. And you'll see that it has the 4 pages that are already created. And here I can make some changes to those pages, whether edit it, copy it, or if I want to change my home page, I can do that by clicking the little home. And in this case, you'll see there's 3 of them I can actually remove. And then one of my favorite features, silly, but definitely my favorite, is undo redo, because I'm really good about putting in stuff I don't mean to put in, or oops, I erased something. So the undo redo button is awesome, but I'm sure it has its, its stipulations. So what if I exit out? Can I undo redo when I go back in?
No, you cannot. It's only active and available to use on the page that you're on basically right after you did it. So
it's just
if you
like
did something wrong, I hope you catch it right away.
Yeah, it's just like Word. So if I close out a Word, I can't undo redo.
Yeah,
right?
You can't. But I mean, when you come back in, of course, if you need to delete something, no problem.
Yeah.
If you need to re-add it, it's there for you to re-add it again.
Perfect. All right, and so you'll see I also have the save button. And how often do you think they should be saving their project?
It's like when you're using Microsoft Word. It has an autosave option for you, just like this does, but it never hurts for you to play it safe and to keep saving your work. Just
Sure.
like, we're going to talk about later about backing up your site.
Yes.
It's only going to help you and protect your site so you don't lose any work that you've done, no matter if it's the tiniest little 5-minute change or
Yes.
3 hours worth of work and your computer dies.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's something that everyone should use.
Well, 5 minutes is still a lot of time to have to recoup if it gets deleted or if it's not saved. So, right. So let's go over here to the left-hand side, and you'll see I have this nice bar here that has a lot of different features. And again, some of these we are going to be covering today as we go through and add some elements or delete some elements and so on. And so this is all of your different tools that are available to you, but there's a lot of tools that are actually available as you click through each box. And so we will see that as we go throughout. Now, all this stuff is pretty much changeable. I mean, I can change the font, and so like I clicked on this and I can select edit. You'll see, I'm going to move this little guy over. I just hit that little pin. You can see that I can change the logo script, the font, the size, and so on. So everything is definitely changeable. I can even move the box. I can drag it around, or I can reduce the size. And is there any time I can't really do that?
Well, don't let it fool you. Right now, you can reduce the size.
Mhm.
You know, a lot of people, they say, well, my box is too big, I can't reduce it. Well, little do they realize maybe they hit the space button a couple times, or maybe
good
they
point.
hit enter, and that's why it's not getting smaller. So it's always really good to keep your element boxes the size of your content. It's going to save you a lot of hassle in the future with the design and layout of your site. It's just going to be overall clean and organized.
Nice.
I mean, there's just too many things to list of how it's just going to benefit you to keep your site clean.
Yes, definitely. And I know for me, if I go to a site and there's too many pages or too much information, again, it's one of those things where I just like, I'm overwhelmed.
And it feels like one of those ad sites, like
Yes.
it's flashing all over the place, and it feels like they're ready to pop up to have you buy something. It's just not, it doesn't feel reputable. So the cleaner you make it, you know, the better people are going to have when they look at your site.
Sure. Good. So you'll see again, we just clicked on this and we talked about how we can edit that information, and you'll see again as I'm clicking over to this little blue bar with my social media, again I have the little menu that comes up with settings, in this case menu, make a copy, delete. So I have all of those different options, and again same here with the navigation. And we'll talk a little bit more about custom navigation so you understand how you can change that as well. And then we'll talk about this gallery. So in this case, you'll see as I clicked on it, I have a little lockbox on it right now. So if I want to make any changes to this, I'm going to go ahead and unlock it. And this is a gallery. We have actually, if we scroll down, you'll see that we also have the picture here. So gallery is going to show you multiple photos scrolling through, and we can just click right on that again. And we can actually go through and swap images. So when we go do our image editing, we'll see that a little more in depth. But just keeping in mind that you can update this information right on the screen. And then going to our About Us page. So remember a little bit earlier we put in our business information as well. Let's go back to our homepage. We had our business information here, and we have it in our Contact Us as well. So we put in our address and our information, and so it shows us in the Contact Us page, and it even includes a little contact form. Now this contact form is also customizable, just again clicking directly on it. You can add certain elements. So we'll just click and show the different elements that you can add.
For stuff like a photography site, you know, name, email, subject, it's a pretty standard contact form, you know, that's why we laid on there, but they probably want to know, is it a wedding event? Is it a birthday party? You know,
Right.
What, that message box is good. You can relabel it instead of message, you know, name of event, so it is nice and easy for companies to make it their own.
Yeah. I'm just curious how many of our viewers actually thought about a contact form or have had a contact form, because it's so important that your customers or potential customers are able to reach out to you, and especially if you need specifics. So for something like a photographer, they might want to know, is this for a wedding, is this for a graduation, or is this for a family portrait, or something along those lines. All right, so we're going to go ahead and wrap up just our basic overview. We took a look at all of the different tools you have, and I'm just going to open up our little sidebar here, and we had all of those tools. We see that it comes with the navigation and the pages, the 4 pages. We can make updates to those as well. And we did I think we made a minor update or two. We can even preview that and see what it looks like, as well as preview in mobile and see how it would appear. So this is what our contact form would look like, and our map and our information. And I'm going to go ahead and exit preview. Now we're not going to publish quite yet because we're going to still work on this a little bit more. But I do want to show you something that's really important. We always recommend. So we're going to go back to our managed site, and that's that little box with the 3 lines through it. And I'm going to click it, and you'll see that I'm going to go back to my site settings. And the reason I'm doing that is because I want to show you how to back up and restore your site. So when we've done a lot of work on our website builder, and maybe we have to leave, go work on something, and our small business owners probably have a business to run, I would imagine, and so we want to make sure that all that work we've done is backed up. Now it's up to you on how often you want to back it up. We just recommend that you do it every so often, especially if you made some major changes.
Pretty much, if you're going in and you're working on it, you should probably back it up.
Good to know. So you'll see after I clicked Site Settings, I went to the Backup Restore tab. And there's another area you can actually back up your site on. We'll take a look at. And I can just simply click this green button that says Create Backup. And there we go. There's my backup. And you'll notice once the backup is created, if I go over here to the right-hand side, I could do a few things. I could either, one, edit the backup, I could delete the backup, or I could restore the backup. So pretty straightforward. So I'm going to go ahead and click OK to get out of that. And then I am going to back it up a little bit. So I'm going to show you now our main page here. I'm just going back to the My Account. So again, we just set up our website builder. And now we're going to get into one that we've actually worked on. And this is actually Jenny's real site. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and launch again. And this is what would happen if you actually left your site. You set it up, you did some work on it, and then you decided you needed to take care of some other business or you had something to do. So once you log back in, you'll see that you can now edit your site. You'll see the preview of what it looks like, and then you'll see some other detailed information here. So it just gives you a quick overview. This is also where you can back up your site. So if you see to the top right-hand side, I have my name, and then I have a gear I can click. And there's also backup and restore there.
And notice you can also do it down here, manage your backup list as well. So there's multiple places for you guys to manage your content, and it's purposely there to help remind you, this is only going to help you.
Stuff. All right, so before we actually edit our site, we're going to take a look at, again, what we're going to be covering for the rest of this Hangout. We're going to talk about, again, the custom navigation, linking a photo and editing images, and when to and how to lock elements into place. So Whitney's going to help me out with that, and then we'll get into the other 4 items we're going to be covering. So we're going to go ahead and click Edit, and then we're going to talk about custom navigation. So you can see here I have 4 pages: Home, About Us, Testimonials, and Contact Us. So we've already done some work with our navigation. In fact, if you hover over About Us, I even created some subcategories, including a blog and a shop, which is really, I'll just click on that. Oops, I'll just click on that right now so you can see it. Or maybe not. There we go. The shop with us. There's nothing. I just added an additional page. I can put a PayPal app here, which we'll cover. I can even link off to an online store I may have. And of course, we also have an online store product that you can use, which has basically a website ready to go. All right, so let's talk a little bit more about custom navigation. So Whitney, so how would I get started? How would I?
So now I really like what you've done here already. Is the testimonials page wasn't there on the original template. It wasn't there, and what not only did you just change it to something else, but you changed it to something that was really going to benefit Jenny's business.
Yes.
When people have a business, they want to spread the word that they're good, they're quality, whether it's service or products, and have a testimonials page will let people see on your site, hey, this is a really good business. Right. Jenny's a stand-up girl. So I like how you did that, and it was really simple to do, and we can really do that with the contact page as well. You can label these pages whatever you want. So we have contact, testimonials. Oh, the sub-navigation. Yes, that's what I wanted to say. The sub-navigation. Why would you have sub-navigation? Can I ask you why you put that there?
Honestly, I think for me, I don't know if I'd have sub-navigation unless it was maybe too many links on my navigation bar that was kind of cluttering it. I would obviously want to keep the main things, my About Us, possibly my testimonials, my homepage, front and center. Maybe a shop or something along those lines that was kind of not as important.
No, I would agree 100%. You don't want to clutter the navigation on your site. You want to make it easy for people to find you. So you don't want, 10, 15 links for them to go through right off the bat. If you can combine your navigation to make it easier for them to read, such as putting sub-navigation here, it's only going to help them out because they think about us, blog, shop with us. Obviously, that fits under the about us category. It's going to make it that much easier and your site that much cleaner for people to go on and see what you're really about.
So how would I create, let's say I wanted to create another sub-navigation under, we'll say about us.
Okay.
Maybe I wanted a portfolio.
Portfolio, good. So we're going to click on the navigation, and this menu is going to pop up. We're going to go into the menu section, and this is going to be the organization of your navigation, and it goes from top to bottom. So this is what you're going to see first, second. Now third, this is where we create our sub-navigation. Now if we put it back, which it's not going back.
There it goes.
There it goes. That's going to be, we're going to see that now on the list as a navigation instead of the sub-navigation. Now we want to put that into a sub-navigation, so we're just going to indent that back just by clicking on the box and dragging it over. That's what's going to make the sub-navigation. And we could do the same thing with that and the same thing with that. Very simple. Now you may see how this one went farther.
Yeah.
Sub-navigation within sub-navigation. So all this is doing is making it so, oh, there's another one.
Right.
So
Okay.
a little deeper into depth. You don't see it too often, but like I said, if you have a very big site, it's very important to keep it clean and organized.
I agree.
And then now we're back with a nice, clean navigation.
Very cool. All right, so let's say, again, we were talking about portfolio. You want to add that page, and then you plan on putting it under the About Us page.
Great. So if we want to add another navigation, are we going to create that page within our website, or are we going to link it somewhere else?
Good point. Let's start with, we're going to create another page.
Okay.
So there's two ways to do it. Which way would you prefer?
I prefer using the menu.
Okay.
Yes. So when I go to add a page, I click here so I can see all my pages, and then I add a new one. Page name, if you want to go ahead and type in portfolio for me.
And we add it.
Very simple. Our page is now created. So see how I added it instantly to the navigation. Now that's good, and it's always going to do that, and it's our job to manage it how we want. We can either hide it completely from the navigation or make it sub-navigation. So in this case, again, I'm going to click on that square box. I'm going to organize it by moving it up, and then I'm going to indent it to make it a sub-navigation under the About Us, and click Save.
Save, yes.
And then as you can see, it's gone from here, and it's now under the sub-navigation category.
Perfect. Now let's say we wanted to link off to another site. Let's say maybe our testimonials. Maybe we have people that that have referred customers to us, and we want to share their websites.
Yeah,
And
of
so we want to
course.
link off.
So this is really nice. We'll go back into the menu. All of this is managed in here. Now the testimonials page, it's already been created as a page within the website builder. So instead, we're just going to add a link to this navigation.
See there at the bottom
So down,
left.
yep, down here at the bottom where it says Add a Link, you're going to click on it. It's going to create this right here.
Okay. So we'll say, all right, and we'll just use our customers GoDaddy.com. And I'm just going to go ahead and hit save.
Yep.
Oh, and we need to reorder it though now, right?
Yes. So again, add it to the navigation as it should, and we can decide whether we want to use that as a sub-navigation by moving it up and over.
Perfect.
Hit save, and it's there. And also, when we start talking about linking the images, and, you know, I don't want to bring it up too early, but this is going to be a really good time to show up how we can link it.
Oh.
You know, create a page and link it with an image. So
Perfect. Well,
I'll bring that up when it's your turn to cover it.
Oh, no, yeah, no problem. So actually I'm going to drop down About Us and I'm going to hit Customer Site because you'll see that, again, that was that link we created. When I actually click on it, it goes to the URL I input, which was GoDaddy.com. Very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, while we're on it, why don't we go ahead and then talk about photos. So let's go back to the home page because there's a photo down here that we could try to link off. And so you'll see Jenny. That's Jenny right there.
Mm-hmm.
And so let's talk about linking a photo. So why would someone want to link off from a photo?
There's a number of different reasons. I like to think of it as it's it's prettier.
Yeah, much prettier.
It's much prettier than having a bright blue font with an underline that says
Yeah.
click here to find more. You know, when people are looking at sites and they run their mouse over, your mouse changes instantly when it knows there's a link there.
Mm-hmm.
So if you hover over a picture, they think, oh, well, what am I going to get by clicking on this?
Oh, yeah.
You know, and usually people have it stated in, you know, the content next to the image anyways. So if we wanted to link a URL to an image, we can click on the image, and then we have our settings come up. You can click on settings, and then right away you see link and the destination section.
We'll just do another GoDaddy.com.
Okay. So we're choosing right now to link outside of our current website. So we typed in GoDaddy.com. We hit save. We'll preview the
Do a
site.
little preview, see how it's looking. Saving for us. And also, too, you can add additional images as well. We'll take a look at that when we get back.
And then see how the mouse changes like I was talking about. So we obviously know that we can click on it. And then bam, it takes us right back to GoDaddy.
Voila.
Now, what I also like, it makes it very easy if we want to go back in and change the link. Let's say we want to link it within our own website. This little orange-red arrow on the right, if you click on it, it's going to display all the pages that we've created within our website builder.
Perfect.
So if I want to link this to our contact page,
Oh, perfect.
and hit save.
And you probably noticed there are a lot of other options under settings, and those are things that you could do to, you know, to make it appear differently. And so those are things we're not really going to have time to cover today, but we will definitely try to cover in our next session.
There's a lot of ways to edit your image within the website builder. Now, it's very important to remember that the website builder is not an image editing program,
Yes,
because we
good
get that a
point.
lot. But it can modify images to help fit your site. If there's anything that the website builder can't do to your image, such as the most common issue, resizing it.
Mm-hmm.
We can drag it and make it bigger, but the actual size of the image stays the same of how you uploaded it.
Okay.
That's the kind of thing that needs to be taken care of outside of the builder.
Okay. So just a simple program that they can download for free.
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
you know, Photoshop, or even just the basic tools that are on the computer right when you buy it. They all
Okay.
have, you know, the Adobe software and stuff like that.
Good point.
So I clicked on the image and it took us to the contact us page.
Very nice. And so what about a PDF? What if I have like a PDF I want to link? I mean, we can even add, if we want to, add a different content block, or, you know, maybe, how about if I'm selling a photography book?
Okay.
So say Jenny is selling a photography book, and she wants people to link off to it. Maybe it's a free ebook.
What do we want that to link off to? You want another image? Do you want me to create a link itself?
Yeah, that's a good question. So I would think that it would just probably depend. I know images, you said, are much, much prettier. So it could be that, or it could just be some text.
Yeah, I can definitely do some text.
Yeah, let's do that. We can
Really
even use what
easy
we
right
already
here.
have.
Yeah, if you want to just go ahead and type in click here for my book,
Oh,
or
sorry.
read my book. Either way, it works.
Okay.
And then, obviously, it's not a link yet, so to make it a link, we're just going to highlight that particular text, and our text box is going to come up.
There we go.
There we go. And that little paperclip looking thing, that's what I do, like a chain link, you know,
Link or paper
paperclip.
it
They all
looks
look
like
the same. So that little icon, that's going to make your links. We're going to click on it, and we're going to make our destination. Now our destination, we click here, it's going to give us our pages. It's also going to give us that upload
Okay,
link.
perfect.
So clicking the upload link is what's going to give you the option to browse your computer looking for that PDF file.
Perfect.
So when you click on that URL, the PDF file will come up just as if you were to select image.
So yeah, so it was pretty simple. We just need to highlight our text,
Mhm.
and then we just click the little chain link or paperclip, and then the little drop down, and then we have upload.
Yep.
Awesome. Easy enough. And so we did talk about linking to another site, linking off a photo, and linking off a PDF, and something you mentioned just 2 seconds ago, it felt like, was the image editing. So let's get right into that. I'm sure it's a very common one that you know, people are asking for, is how do I edit my images? And so what can we do with an image? Let's pick another page. Let's have some fun.
Okay.
Let's see. I think it's about this page. Here we go. And I'm just gonna hit on this little pin here. So I'm gonna click on that so I can put that to the side. Put my little toolbar there.
So instantly when I saw this image and I think of photography, I think of, let's put it in black and white.
Ooh, that is a good idea.
So I'm going to go into
black and white photos.
Oh, I love black and white photos.
I never think about black and white photos.
I love black and white photos, especially something like this. It's a couple on a beach.
It would look
it's
good.
probably going to be black and white.
All right, sounds good.
So we click into the settings for the image, and we're going to get a lot of options showing up in here. The one we're going to want to click on is the image editor. Now, it's going to bring us this little bar down here, and it's also going to put a cropping box around our image. So we can make this box bigger, we can make it smaller, we can zoom the image to make it bigger or smaller. Now these are some of the, I'd like to say, shortcuts with the website builder to do some image editing, but this is about as good as it's going to get for the size of the image.
Okay, and we can move that around once we're done, once we've actually finished playing with our image and resizing it, maybe recoloring it. We can move that image around on our page.
Yes, and if you make a change that you really don't like, there's always an option to revert it back to the original image. Okay. So here's our advanced editor icon. We're going to click on that. And we have a lot of options that I actually think most people don't even realize are there.
I don't think so.
Yeah, we have enhancers, effects. You can put little picture frames around the image. I mean, a lot of cool stuff is here. So what?
Oh, I can put a mustache on them.
You can put a mustache, little stickers, a little hat. The effects option. Now it's going to give you all kinds of, I don't even know the proper term for photography, but color combinations for your photo.
We know how to build Jenny's site. We don't know that much about photography. I think Colby knows a lot about photography.
A little bit.
Okay.
But here is our black and white image. So we can click on it. We can apply it. It's going to take us back and see if there's any other image options we want to do, such as the brightness of the image, adjusting the contrast. And once we finish, we can just hit save and save again.
Very cool.
And we now have a black and white photo with a white frame around it.
Very nice.
So
lots of cool features. In fact, I don't even think I ever thought about that. I knew that there was, in the settings, I knew that we could go into advanced and we can even go into the image editor as well, but man, I didn't realize when you hit the advanced editor that you could see all of these different options. So
I think this is the most underutilized option within the website builder.
Good. Well, hopefully not now.
Not now.
Very good. So yeah, so there's a lot of things to do when it comes to image editing. And so now that I've created this wonderful image, black and white, I probably don't want it to move around too much, and especially if, and we'll just hit OK here, if I like the positioning it's in. So I mean, like we mentioned, you can click on it and drag it around. Let's say I want to move it down a little bit. But you know, if you're anything like me, sometimes you go in and you play around with the site and then you accidentally click and move something, and we talked about the undo redo. But how do I keep it in place?
Now, when you have started adding more content to your site, it's getting busier. You're not sure, maybe you like two things and you're going to get rid of them one eventually, but they're all there. It's really nice to use our lock option. So if we want this image to stay put and never move, we're going to click on it, and then right over here we have our lock position. Right now it's not being utilized, but if we click on it, it's going to turn red so we know it's being used.
Sure.
And that box that surrounds it is going to tell you it's locked because it's now turned red as well. This means now when I click on the photo, it's not going anywhere. So if I move this, you know, any problems that there are, we're always going to be able to keep that image right there.
Very cool.
This option I also really like, and I don't want to get too deep into it, of course, but the icon next to it allows you to show the element on all the pages. When you have something like the navigation, it's going to be on every single page. It's really important that if you move it on one page, it's going to move on all of the pages.
Okay.
So if you lock those elements, it's not going to affect any of the pages as well.
No. So you can do that with elements as well, not just
Anything.
Pictures.
Yep, any element that is onto your page, image, text, Twitter, RSS feed, all of that can be locked so it doesn't move around.
So yeah, I just clicked over here to the right-hand side under photography classes, and again, I can go ahead and select lock. And the cool thing is I can also unlock it.
Yes.
So it's not stuck forever.
Yeah, so if you spelled something wrong or you didn't want it black and white anymore, just unlock it, then that gives you the capability to edit it again and then just lock it back up.
Very cool. So I'm just going to save some of those changes, and we've covered a lot so far. So I just want to check in and see how we're doing in regards to questions. So what questions do we have so far?
None so far, actually.
That means we are awesome. All right. Well, please feel free to send us questions. We really want to help you answer them, and you have a captive audience today. All right, so we're going to talk about a few more things. I'm actually going to go ahead and switch us back to our slide, just so you can see the last 4 things we're covering. So again, we talked about these 4 items here, up into when and how to lock elements into place. Now we're going to talk about some more of the social side of things. We're going to talk about videos and audio players, PayPal, the SEO Wizard, and then Facebook and Twitter. All right, so here we are again back on our website, and again, I could create more pages if I wanted a specific social media page. If I wanted, to share my videos. Videos are a great way to connect with your customers, or again, your potential customers. Just sharing your services, especially, if you could show something in action as well. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm actually just going to, let's say, put a video on our testimonials page. We'll say maybe I have a video of some of my testimonials.
Yeah.
That's a cool idea.
That's a really good idea.
I just thought of that.
Google reviews.
Did you hear that? I know. He's not paying attention to us.
Sorry.
That's okay. No, I was just saying, wouldn't it be cool if you had like some actual verbal interviews with someone and you could put it on your site?
Really cool, yeah. Absolutely.
Very cool. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to open this toolbar to the left-hand side back up, because that's where we have a lot of the tools we're going to be using. So you see, as I scroll through, I have lots of different options to choose from. So right now we're going to talk about YouTube. So I'm going to click on YouTube. That's all I did. Pretty straightforward. And then I'm just going to move it to where I think it would work. I'm not going to make it look super lovely right now. I just want to show you how to do it. And then you'll see, again, once I click on it, pretty much when I click on everything within Website Builder, it gives me a little menu. Yep. I'm going to go ahead and click Settings, and it's going to allow me to put in the URL for my video. So right now I have a little Sonoran Desert. I actually have my video that I want to show or have up, if I can pull it up. Maybe not. That's okay. Maybe not.
Around here somewhere.
It's here somewhere. Trust me, it is. There it is. I think I must have closed it. All right, so I have this YouTube video I want to put on my website. Okay. Do you like my background?
It's beautiful.
There we are. Ta-da! Okay, so I'm going to hit Settings. Actually, I think it was just a standard background on my screen. All right, so I went ahead and I put in the URL. This is a GoDaddy related video, and you'll see I have some options. There's also this option. I just want to warn against the start automatically. We're going to talk about that as well when it comes to the audio player as well. It's not the best idea to have something start automatically. I mean, it's really up to you. However, many people do prefer that they don't come to your website or go to a page on your website and all of a sudden something is playing, especially if they have their volume up really loud.
Yeah, it's kind of a shocker when you get to a site and then bam, you're hit with this, and you're hunting to find this, to turn it off or to pause it or whatever it is, because you don't know if it's a video or an audio right away, and
especially
it may draw negative attention.
Yes, especially if it's kind of somewhere on your page where they couldn't see it appearing as well. So it's definitely an option. Just keep that in mind with your customers and visitors.
I think that every day.
And so we also have the advanced options as well. So again, that can just make some changes, but it's pretty straightforward, and it looks great the way it is. Again, you can just make those changes, and we'll just click Save. And then, of course, I can go back and I can make the size a little bit bigger. I can, of course, drag it around, or like we mentioned earlier, I can lock it in place. So pretty straightforward, as well as our audio player. So let's say I also want to add an audio player. I really want to get people's attention here. I'm going to click on audio player, and it's going to come automatically with a default file in there for me, and you're welcome to use that. You're also welcome to go in and add your own files. So I'm going to go ahead and go over here to the right hand side and click manage playlist, and I'm going to add my audio, and then I'm going to hit browse. So it was add my audio, browse, and I have some files in here. There they are. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to select them, and I can actually, oh, that's the same one. I can select more than one if I want. And then I'm going to go ahead and hit open. It's going to drag them in for me and upload them. And then I can go ahead and you'll see it's check marked automatically. If I changed my mind and said, oops, you know, I didn't really want this one, I can go ahead and delete it here or delete it a little bit later. And then I'm going to hit insert. And if I want, I can remove the one that was defaulted in there. So I'll just go ahead and to the right hand side, click the little, kind of looks like a stop sign or the circle with the line through it.
It's red. That's
yes,
right.
yeah, that's why I thought it was a stop line, red and white. And then from here, I can even drag these around as well if I want to change the order. And I'm going to go ahead and hit save. And you'll see once it saves, it went in and put in that first song. And I can do a lot of things with the settings as well. So
You can choose to show your playlist so all the songs can be seen
yes,
as well.
so they can see all of those options.
There you go.
You can loop it so it keeps going. You can also shuffle it so it's not always the same song. And again, we talked about start automatically. In fact, there's a little question mark that tells you, you know, keep in mind that it could be overwhelming. And you can even add an image. And basically, once you add that image, it's going to go to the left-hand side of right over here and move everything over. And then we'll just go ahead and hit save. So again, we have our YouTube video here. We have our audio player. And oftentimes we have customers that also have a blog. They like to talk about their products or services. I think it's a great thing when I go to a business and they have a blog where they're giving me some information about their industry or what they do, or just free information. I think that's super cool.
Yeah.
And so that's something you can do. And you can create a link off to your blog, which we showed you a little bit earlier. Or you can add your blog RSS feed as well. So maybe we'll put it in our About Us. Now we have a blog here. And actually, let's drop that down. Oh, no, that takes us to another site. So we could link off if this was our blog. But we're going to go ahead and add our blog RSS feed here. So I'm going to actually, you know what? Let's create a new page because I want to make sure we can really see it.
Okay.
Keep changing my mind. We'll say blog too. All right, so when we added the new page, you'll notice again it gives us just a blank slate. And I'm going to go over here to the left-hand side and click blog RSS feed. It automatically gives us a Food Network blog. And right when here, I'm going to go ahead and put in my blog link. And let's see if we can do it this time. Yes, there it is. And I don't have my blog link.
The New York?
Yeah.
Where'd it go?
I don't know. So I want to link off to the New York Times.
Now, as I was telling you earlier, what we get a lot is people taking the URL from their blog and putting it into the blog RSS feed widget, and it's not recognizing the URL.
Yes, we did talk about that.
It's because specifically you need the RSS feed URL to your news feed. Now, this is what we put in right here. As you can see, it accepted it. There's no red. There's nothing, warning you. If you were to put in an incorrect one, it's going to give you a warning that it's not recognized.
Yes.
So in this case, she has the correct URL for an RSS feed, and she can hit save, and it's going to replace the Food Network's RSS feed with the New York Times.
And again, I have options to change the format, the layout. I can show images and categories. I can even increase the amount of listings that appear or reduce it as well. So that can save or add space. So I'm going to click the save button, and there we go. And of course, I can customize this. I can move it around, reduce the size, make that page a lot more friendly as well. Oops, grab it, and so on. All right, very good. Right, so we do have a lot of businesses that reach out to us because they're interested in selling items, they're interested in maybe just taking donations, things like that. And so you'll see I actually added one here to the bottom of my page, and this is our PayPal app, an offering that we have. And it's really, really simple to find, and I will show you in just a minute. You can see in this case I have it already here. It has the buy now options with the credit cards. So I'm going to go ahead and find our apps section here. There it is. I'm going to click on it. And you'll see we have several apps to choose from. We even have our review app, Yelp, real estate listings, instant menus, and price list, which is default, comes with the template when you actually set up your site. We'll go ahead and add the PayPal. You'll see add button right here. And this just walks us through our different options. So I have the one-click checkout, or I can even do the shopping cart if I am accepting donations or gift certificates, and repeat billing. So we'll just do the one-click checkout, and I'll hit next. We're going to say this is for photography classes, so I want to make it easy for my customers to be able to pay for it online.
Yeah.
That's something I really like, is being able to pay for something online, because a lot of times I don't have my payment methods or my wallet like today. So it's really a great idea to have that. And more than likely it's going to be easier for you to get payment too, because people can go somewhere even if it's after the fact.
And they're RSVPing basically.
Yeah.
They're saying, I've already paid, I'm ready to go. So you have a better idea of, you know, if you were doing a service such as classes, what's coming.
And then I'm going to go ahead and hit next, and then it's going to ask me the email. It automatically puts it in. Now, if you don't have a PayPal account, you'll want to create that account. And then we'll go ahead and hit finish. There we go.
Now, I do want to set that reminder that the website builder is for your website, and we have the capability to put in a PayPal option for a service or maybe a product, but it was not meant to be a shopping cart for your website. You know, that's what some of our other products are for. Right. So this is great for, like you said, donations, a class, maybe a photography book, but basically beyond that, you know, the website builder wasn't made to support that kind of content.
Yeah, we have an online store, and we do have a Hangout in regards to online store, which is you know, very capable of handling products and services, as well as it has a website to it. So something to consider. You know, in this case, Jenny is just going to have a few photography classes, so she doesn't need a full shopping cart unless she increases those classes or plans to sell more items. All right. So we're down to the wire here. We just have a couple more things that we're going to talk about. We want to talk a little bit about getting your website found. You know, a lot of people, they'll build their website, and then they're like, all right, so how do I get people to come to my website? Well, there's no perfect answer for when it comes to search engine optimization. We do want to help you with search engine optimization to get you found. And so that's what we're going to do now, and we're going to go through the SEO Wizard. So again, we're going to go to the Manage Site with the 3 lines, and you'll see there it is, SEO Wizard. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click on that, and we're just going to go over this real briefly since we're getting short on time. But you'll notice that when I open it up, it's going to choose 2 to 5 phrases that customers would use to locate your business. And so there's a few selected here, and I can change those as well. I can add to that. And so we'll just go with this.
Now, there isn't going to be a place for you to type in relevant phrases, and the reason for that is because Google is giving you the most common phrases that people use to find businesses such as Jenny's Photography. So by giving you these options is actually benefiting you rather than you typing in your own. So,
well, and something else too is, I mean, you know, we want you to just take some time to do this. So we're just going to go over it real briefly. We really want you to think about this. This is really important to your business and really important that you're found. So we want you to not just pick the first 5 phrases just because. I mean, they're very relevant. We just want to make sure that you're choosing ones that make most sense to you, your business, your mission statement as well. So we'll go ahead, and we're actually in Scottsdale. I was playing around with Gilbert a little bit earlier. That's where I live. So we'll just go ahead and hit next. And keep in mind, you'll see at the very top, it's going over each page you have on your website. So notice since we have quite a few pages, we're going to have to spend some time optimizing each page. So it's very self-explanatory, because if you notice as I scroll down to the bottom, I have the information there. It tells me why it needs this, what the search engines are looking for. And it's just up to me to go ahead and choose one of them, and that's the most relevant to this particular page. And I'm going to hit next, and we'll just go ahead and select that one, and I'm going to hit next. And now what it's looking for is more information. So this is where you'll want to take some time to really think about what you want to say. You want to make sure that it's to the point, it has relevant information in it. And again, it's not something that is always easy to do right away. You need some time to think about it, research it as well. And so you'll see it's 165 characters. And so I can go ahead if I wanted to type in some information. I can also skip this step, but I wouldn't recommend it. I would recommend just going through and taking the time to actually sit down and go through and put that information in. All right, so in this case, it wants me to have portrait photography at the very minimum, and I'll just go ahead and put that in for now. Of course, I would spend a little more time on that. And then hit next, and it's going to show me on my page where I should have the H1 tag, and it should have portrait photography. Again, that's what I chose in the headline somewhere. So I can go ahead and have it insert it, and I can even go back and make some changes to it as well. If I want to add a little bit more, awesome portrait photography or something along those lines, as long as it has my keyword in there.
Yeah, what I like is that you can have the SEO Wizard running while you can edit your website. So if it's in a spot where you don't want it, but you don't want to close out and come back in and find your spot, you can just do it right there.
Yep. There you go. You can just hit edit, and we'll say awesome. There you go. Perfect. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and hit next. It's just providing me with recommendations, and I'm just going to click through. And so that was just for my homepage. Now keep in mind I still have my additional pages I want to create SEO for, which, again, we talked about being very important. You take the time to do. All right, so one thing I want to point out as well is the social media side of things. I mean, really, SEO is getting you found on search engines, whereas having your YouTube or Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, whatever platform you choose, is really important, because people are looking at reviews. They're out there talking about you, and it's important that you talk back, or you share information, or at least you have a presence. And we are going to go ahead and show you how to connect your social media, and it's under social branding. Go ahead and click on that. And it gives me the two options in this case for Facebook and Twitter. It's pretty simple. First, you need to make sure you have a Facebook page. And that's pretty easy. If you already have a Facebook profile, personal profile, you can create a page from that. And that's what you want to make sure you do. You want it to obviously be about your business, and then you can go ahead and connect. Now, in my case, I'm going to connect now, and I'm actually logged in, so I can go ahead and select the page I've created for my business, or for Jenny's business. My business, Jenny business. We're partners now. All right, I'm going to go ahead and select finished. It's going to go ahead and load that for me. And then I also have the option for Twitter, and actually Twitter is one of my favorite social media platforms. I really enjoy it as well. I know we have, there's a lot more, I think, Facebookers in this world.
Like I said, I don't have a Twitter, but I have my Facebook.
Nice. All right, so we're going to do the same thing and connect our Twitter account. So we'll just go back over here to our social branding. Still loading. And we're going to do the same thing, and we're going to go ahead and connect our Twitter. Connect now. In my case, it's saying, hey, if I already have one, I can go ahead and click on that. If I don't, it's going to help me create it. So I don't even have to go to Twitter in this case, so I can click I already have one, and I do. I already have the Twitter account for Mosaic Photos, and I'm going to hit Authorize App. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and exit the preview.
I'm going to ask you a quick question.
Sure.
When you connected your Facebook, it automatically pulled your Facebook in because you were logged in, right?
Mm-hmm.
You have a family at home. Everyone's using the same computer. Everyone has a Facebook. What if your daughter's logged in and it automatically connects her Facebook to your business Facebook?
You get to see her Facebook and what's going on with it.
Exactly. It's not necessarily something that you meant to do. And we get this question all the time. It's actually not done in the website builder.
Okay.
Just a heads up, if you connect to the wrong Facebook account, what you want to do is access that Facebook account. Facebook has an apps section. Well, according to Facebook, Website Builder is an app. So Website Builder will be listed under Facebook apps, and you just remove it, and Website Builder will automatically disconnect that Facebook so that you can log into the correct one, either from your computer or from the Website Builder.
Oh, okay. Easy enough. And then you'll see on the left-hand side I have my Twitter option here. When I click on it, I can put it on any page. It's already connected. I can change the settings if I want to, choose another user. Say I want to create a whole brand new Twitter account. Can you think of another reason you put in another user? Maybe you're just not logged in.
Generally, businesses have one each, so
yeah,
unless they have maybe their wedding section or a family section.
Sure. And so you can do that. And over here again on the left-hand side, our Facebook option. Wow, we're really making our site nice and busy. So we can do that. And of course, I can minimize this as well. And then notice that I have amazing places in here. So I'm going to want to make sure that I hit the settings and put in my Facebook. So I would grab my Facebook URL, which I do have over here in my little notepad. There we go again. Created it a little bit earlier. And just plug it in. And again, I have those options, and I can hit save. And there we are. I have nothing posted yet, so that's why it looks the way it does. So again, I can drag everything over, move it around, or if I wanted to put this down here, or if I wanted to create a whole new social media page, make it bigger, smaller, it is up to you. And of course, I can lock it in place.
Yes.
All right, Colby, do we have any questions?
No, not so. No.
Wow, all right. Well, that was easy. All right, well, we just want to wrap up here. I know, again, we covered a whole lot, and we will make this available to you. How long, Colby, will you have it up and running for us?
Within 2 minutes.
Oh, within 2 minutes. Very, very nice. And you can see it. You can play it over and over again, right? Like, I know you want to. And you can just go through and see it. Of course, we have lots of help resources, and actually, I am going to flip you back over to all of our help resources here. If you can see it. And there we go. So you can go to help.godaddy.com. We have a plethora of information there, articles that will help walk you through. And of course, 24/7, you can reach out to us via phone or chat. We also have this really cool video section in x.co/WSB videos. It has a lot of great videos on how to do some of the things we cover today. And then finally, we have garage.godaddy.com, and General just has some great information about small businesses and being on the web. And just be on the lookout for our next Hangout. We're really excited. A couple of weeks. I think we've scheduled February 9th.
I think so. I'm not sure.
I believe it's February 9th. We will have more advanced topics, and hopefully Whitney will be joining us again. She was awesome.
I'd love to.
And please feel free if you have any questions or any comments. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, or if there's anything specific you want to see in the next one too.
Oh, yes.
Let us know.
Definitely. All right. Thank you.